Would you like a refreshment, Susie?
The Lovely Bones contains a stark contrast of breathtaking imagery and deeply disturbing themes. Though CGI heavy and a controversial adaptation of the book, it is difficult to argue against the film's compelling visuals. There are two incredibly suspenseful scenes in this film, and it pained me to have to choose one to dissect. Being that this is a production design class, I chose the scene in which Susie Salmon, played by Saoirse Ronan, is lured into an underground lair by murderer George Harvey, played by Stanley Tucci. The scene opens with a tight close-up on Susie's face. We see the warm colors of candlelight play across her pale skin. Then we see him. At this point, we already know through Susie's narration that George Harvey is indeed her murderer. So where's the suspense in that? Wait. It gets better. Speaking of candlelight, let's take a peek at the color scheme. There's this really cool website where you can upload a photograph, in this case a still from the scene, and it pulls out all the colors and organizes them into neat little bars. I personally have always associated warm colors with comfort. I think that's why the juxtaposition of this palette with the dark subject matter is so incredibly unsettling. Not to mention that the candlelight offers some intense shadows. Take a look at this low-angle shot of Mr. Harvey. Not only does the low angle provide a sense of power and domination, while remaining practical since Susie is seated and much shorter in general, but the light from the candles creates an effect similar to children telling ghost stories with a flashlight. There are also a good deal of inserts. They show off the impressive set dressing as well as adding to the overall suspense. We want to see what is happening between the characters, but instead we are forced to glance at dog bobbleheads and lighthouse pictures. In the original novel by Alice Sebold, there was a graphic rape scene. Director Peter Jackson decided to omit that from his adaptation. However, there are hints of sexual predation throughout the scene. Harvey removes his coat, tells Susie that she's pretty, and asks if she has a boyfriend. The beginning of the scene has very quick pacing, and is composed of many close-ups. When Mr. Harvey takes a seat, we are finally allowed to take a glimpse at the intricate set. Again, there's a fabulous use of juxtaposition between the childish knickknacks, Susie's small frame, and the thinning-haired man in the right side of the shot. Susie is 14, and the toys decorating the cavern are for much younger children, proving Mr. Harvey's limited knowledge of kids Susie's age, and possibly alluding to his perversions towards even younger children. The quick cuts, inserts, and well-crafted tension lead up to Susie's attempted escape. When Harvey lunges for her, the camera work is handheld and blurry. So even when the tension breaks, the suspense lingers. It's difficult to see what is really going on, as it would be if you were an actual witness, resulting in an all-too-real experience.
Would you like a refreshment, Susie?
Actually, I have to go.
No, be polite. You have to be polite. Be polite.
That's another rule.
It's warm in here. I'm warm. Are you warm? You can take your coat off if you want. Very pretty, Susie.
Thanks.
Do you have a boyfriend? Oh, I knew it. See, I knew you weren't like those other girls. I knew that.
Mr. Harvey.
It's nice down here, isn't it? Special down here, right?
Yes. It is. It's very special. I have to go.
I don't want you to leave. I'm not gonna hurt you, Susie.